Hi, and thank you for your purchase of our brand new Sculpted Tips with Connect Gel. Now let's show you a step-by-step guide on how to apply them. Before applying the sculpted tips, you want to start on a bare nail. So here we're removing any old gel product, and we're doing this with a medium arbor band. You could also do this by hand. If this was a naked nail and there was no old gel product on it, the goal would be to buff the surface and remove the shine. Now we're going in with a cuticle bit to detail any dry skin around that cuticle for a nice, clean, seamless application of the tips. Keep the surface you're working on dust-free so you can see clearly what you're doing as you're going along this process. Now we're going to remove some of that free edge. Keeping too much of the natural free edge makes it difficult to have a nice connection of the tip right to the free edge. So we're just taking down some of the excess and tapering in those sides a little bit. Once you've prepped the nails, before you clean them, it's time to size the tips properly. A properly sized tip will sit flush in the sidewall of the nail when it's applied properly. You can see here, there's a big gap in the space, so it's too small. And here, it's over the edge of that sidewall, so it's too big. But once we put on the correct size, you'll see how nicely those sides line up along the groove of that growth channel. And it should look like this on both sides of the nail. So make sure that with pressure, you hold that tip down and rotate to see both sides are lined up correctly. Our recommended bonder for this system is Fuzion, and here we're going to use Fuzion to do a chemical etching of the underside of that tip, along with applying it to the natural nail as the bonder. To attach the tips, we're using FX Connect. This is a thicker viscosity gel that fills the apex really well on these sculpted tips. We're going to start by applying one thin coat to the underside of that tip where the natural nail is, making sure you bring it all the way to the sides. And then we're going to swipe off a little bead of that gel right at the cuticle, and you'll see what we do with that next. You're going to apply this on somewhat of an angle, starting midway on the nail, making sure it's straight and sliding it down while maintaining a slight pressure. You're going to push that nail down towards the free edge and watch as that bubble of gel connects to the full natural nail. Once it's connected, you're going to freeze that in place with a spot curing flashlight. You need about 10 seconds to flash this before you can place it into a full hand lamp for a full 60-second cure. For a more convenient hands-free application, we recommend the Fuzion spot cure lamp with the foot pedal. Once the full application is completed, we're going to get these nails ready for a color application. We start by buffing the surface of the sculpted nail by removing all the shine. And you can adjust the perimeter shaping at this time if you want to as well. If you get any spillage of your Connect gel anywhere near the cuticle during the application, now is the perfect time to use your cuticle bit and remove any gel that is seeped out underneath that tip. Now that's completed, we're going to remove the dust and clean these nails. We're using cleanser in a spray bottle to clean them up and get them ready for color service. You don't want to use dehydrate at this point. You run the risk of creating shine back on that tip if you use dehydrate. And here you can see that beautiful sculpted nail. All the strength and benefits of structure without the work of sculpting.